Hello there, you're joining with yet another exclusive interview on WION World is One, coming to you from Colombo, Sri Lanka. This week we are joined by an MP and the General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, Dayasiri Jayasekara. Hello, how are you, Mr. Jayasekara?
Hi.
Starting off with a bit of a serious question, there appears to be a bit of a doubt whether you actually are the General Secretary of the SLFP as of right now, or whether you have been sort of stepped down from these duties.
Yes, actually, there were conflicts with the party for the last so many months. 9.5 months, I was actually no one in the party because my membership was suspended, and I was sacked from the Secretary General post, and I went to courts, and Colombo District Court has given 2 orders to reinstate me as the Secretary General of the party till the case is over. So actually the only one order has given on behalf of me. There is another order last week they have given. There are 2 orders now. I'm the only one who has given that kind of a order from the court, and I'm legally now the Secretary General of the party.
But what really has happened with the party? The Sri Lanka Freedom Party is a party that is well known, it is so prominent, and one of those front-running and easily recognizable parties in Sri Lanka's political front. But at the moment, there appears to be 3 factions within the party, and a unique case of one party supporting 3 candidates. What happened?
Yes, actually, it is started from in 2014. Right? Because in 2014, I think you can remember our former president and former secretary of the party, Maithripala Sirisena, came out of the party and contested as the presidential candidate combined with the UNP. So that is the first instance the party got into this level. And the second thing is, after his presidential election, he was appointed as a president, and he was there till last 4-5 months back. In that period, actually there was another faction started from Mahinda Rajapaksa, and he started another party called SLPP, Posjana Peramuna, and that party became a very enthusiastic, because there was a problem with the Sri Lankan SLFP party hegemony, because they don't want SLFP and UNP together for forever. That is what they thought of. But after that, the people who were against the concept that brought by Maithripala Sirisena, they went to SLPP. So SLPP became a big party, a well-organized party. And after that, what happened was in 2022, after this Aragalaya, that riot, there was a Central Committee meeting. We decided we'll never take cabinet portfolios or government positions if we can't have a party kind of a coalition with all the parties in parliament. That should be the system that we wanted to introduce. But what happened was, after that, Gotabaya Rajapaksa took two MPs from our side, and after that Ranil Wickremesinghe became the president. After that, what happened was 9 fellows went into the government, and after that there were so many problems with court cases and so on. We sacked all these 9 members, and after that they went to courts and they came back to the party, and after that Maithripala Sirisena kicked me out from the position of General Secretary, as well as
president. Yes, he is the former president.
Yes.
Maithripala Sirisena,
Yes.
responsible for the breaking of this party.
Definitely, because he and the Maithripala faction, because they were the people who first went against the party decision. And after that, Maithripala Sirisena couldn't, control it and handle it very, carefully. He couldn't handle it for the betterment of the party. So what he has done is, he took them in and kicked me out. So after that,
Why
all
do you
the
think that
collapse.
happened?
I think there were so many rumors because he thought that I'm going to take over the party leadership, but I didn't have that kind of a sentiment in me because he was the person who gave me this position. He selected me as a Secretary General. I never do that kind of a thing because I have more time. Right? He's somewhat old, 72. I'm 55, so I have more time to become the party leader. So I was not in a hurry to take that kind of a position. But what happened was there were so many people got together and had a coup, and he kicked me out.
But in 2023, or rather last year, there were talks that former President Maithripala Sirisena was confident of becoming a candidate for this presidential election. Why did that change? What happened? Was it the faction within the party that led to this?
No, actually, when you have a party leader in all these parties, normally the first thing is they nominate you as a party leader as a presidential candidate. That is the system of all these parties. But what happened was actually the grassroots level was very poor at that time. He didn't have that kind of a response from the people, and he was very unpopular because of this Easter Sunday attack and so on. So actually he just don't want to contest to get the he wanted to become the president again, but the problem is he knew that the grassroots level is not that kind of a favor for his candidacy. So that is what has happened. After that, all these problems occurred. Ultimately, party went into three groups now.
Which group of these three groups appear to be stronger?
Stronger is actually, I can't tell you exactly, but the grassroots level, people are with me because grassroots level organizers and grassroots level people, they don't want to support Ranil Wickremesinghe for this presidential election. And in the meantime, there were so many SLPP fellows came into Ranil Wickremesinghe, and it is full of rogues now. They are in that camp. And the other camp is actually Vijayasara Rajapaksa. People, he's not contesting under the symbol of the hand over SLFP, and he's contesting by another party, right? From another party. But now Maithripala Sirisena and some people supports him. It is not a big thing because we all know that there are two candidates every time when you have elections.
Two front runners.
Yeah, front runners. So Vijayasara Rajapaksa is not a front runner, as I see.
In your view, who are the two front runners at the moment?
Front runners are actually now Sajith is in front, and second we thought was JGB, Jatik Jana Balawega, AKD, Andrukamad Sanak, and the third one is Ranil Wickremesinghe. So if the Portway is going to put another candidate tomorrow, it will change some I think, as I see. So front runners will be ultimately RW and AKD have a fight with each other to become the second person who is going to come against Sajith.
Why do you think the people are not inclined to vote for the current president, given that he is seen in the eyes of many as someone who resuscitated Sri Lanka following a terrible economic crisis in the country? Why do you think he, in your view, why is he not a front runner?
No, because I don't think he has done so much to recover the country, because we didn't pay a cent, pay a dollar, $1 to the country because we are still not paying our debt, right? And without paying debt, how can you say that you are, prosperous and so on? Because still the people are in a very dire situation, and all the small industries were collapsed. There are 40,000 people who lost their jobs, and cost of living is still high. Income is not enough to cater for a family, right? So there are so many issues still, but the problem is there are no gas and petrol queues here in Sri Lanka. So these are the small things that we have developed. But I can't say that he has done miracles and take this country to this level. But there are so many issues because the economy is shrinking, right? 12% last year. So people don't have money to spend. There are so many people are going abroad, young lads. So that is the situation. So people are not thinking that still the Sri Lanka is not recovering, right? We have a long way to go. So that is what I think. As the other thing is, the corruption came to a highest level under this president because he allowed all these ministers to do anything that they want, right? You know that there are so many issues. VHF, the deal, it is a visa issue, and there are so many land grabbing issues, and there are so many the corruptions are going on under every ministry, but president doesn't care about it. He let them,
doesn't care?
because he just wanted to be there as a president, and he wants the power in parliament, because people are supporting him are the people who are robbing this country. So he allowed all these things to happen, and he's waiting and see. So that is what, because when this kind of a situation in the country, president should do what he should, take the leadership and stop these kind of things. But he never do that. So that is what is happening.
But given your political career in politics, which spans for more than decades now, you've been someone who has voiced opposition to Mr. Sajith Premadasa. But yet again, for this election, you are siding with him. What changed, and how did you make up your mind to switch sides?
Yeah, not switch aside, because I thought because we came to opposition in 2022, and we worked with the opposition leader and opposition parties, and now I can't suddenly say that I'm going to support Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Why not?
Because I can't, because the party has took a decision to be in the opposition, not get involved with this government, don't take any position from the government. That is our party position. I am in the party position that we have taken in 2022. So after that, party didn't take any position to support anyone. So I thought the best thing is, without going and supporting, change our stance to go to the other side and support Ranil Wickremesinghe. Not to do that, but we are being in the opposition. The best candidate from the opposition, we are going to support. That is Sajith Premadasa. So there is no any other deal in it.
Also, coming back to the Sri Lanka Podujana Perumuna, what is really happening with the party, and who do you think will be their presidential candidate, and why?
Actually, I am very sad, because one time they were the people who worship Mahinda Rajapaksa as their father, as their god, like that. Right? Now what has happened?
Why did it change?
Yeah, change is with power. Power has changed everything. No? Because when you given the portfolios, when you given the bar license, when you given the car permits, when you given all the perks from the government, they normally goes. That is what has happened now, because the people who are supporting Ranil Wickremesinghe now are the people who are benefited from 2022 to 2024. 2 years they have earned so much of money, right? There are so much of corruption they involved, and Ranil Wickremesinghe under his government, there are 44 cases. I think they were acquitted because of the technical faults of the corruption cases. So 44 MPs were acquitted in this 2 years' time. So what they have to do, they have to support Ranil Wickremesinghe, because they have Ranil Wickremesinghe has supported them, and vice versa. So they also must support him. That is what has happened. All these people around him, I think, benefited from him for last 2 years.
So what happens to the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna now?
Podujana Peramuna is in I think, a very critical situation, because now there are very few people are there with Mahinda Rajapaksa and the Podujana Peramuna. But the grassroots level, as I see, some people are very courageously being with them. They were the people who started this movement as SLPP. So till Mahinda Rajapaksa is there will be a block of votes should go to them, because I think they just started their campaign. I think in the future, you can, in another 2 or 3 weeks time, you can see the following. What kind of following to Mahinda Rajapaksa and Basil Rajapaksa and Namal, because that is a family-oriented party, right? Family-dominated party. So we'll see what is.
Do you think that candidate can overpower the other front-runners of this election?
I don't think so, but I think he can become number 4, as I see, because if they get 1 million kind of votes, yes, they can. But anyhow, what they are going to do is they are going to put one candidate and protect their vote base for the next general election. So from the next general election, they are trying to build up the party again, I think, as I see. Because in this election, they are trying to, show that the port is contesting, and we have a good candidate. We have money to spend, right? So they will do a good campaign all around the country and try to grab their position in the political arena.
Do you think the current president is safeguarding the Rajapaksas?
Yeah, they have already done it, because so many things we can see how Ranil Wickremesinghe covered Rajapaksas from all these corruption cases and all kind of things. There was a order given by the Supreme Court being nominated as culprits for the current crisis. What they have done, what the government has done, what Ranil Wickremesinghe has done for them, right? Nothing, right? And there are so many things you can see. He covered up Rajapaksas to, without harming their name, harming to them at all. So that is what has happened.
Focusing our attention onto what is happening in the region as of right now, of course, there is a turbulent situation unfolding in Bangladesh. Of course, the scenes that unfolded are something a little too familiar for us Sri Lankans, given that Sri Lanka was in quite a similar position 2 years ago with the country's worst economic crisis. Comparing what's happening in Bangladesh to what transpired in Sri Lanka, what are your opinions and thoughts on what's currently happening?
Actually, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, the situations are very different, because when we had the Aragal layer, Sri Lanka was in a very critically, politically and economically, we were down. But Bangladesh is not like that. Under Sheikh Hasina from 2009, the country's economy has grown up, And the problems were actually, one is a quota system that they have introduced. The second one is actually the corruption charges against the government. So those are the things. And in the meantime, I think there were some other elements have we can see what is happening. So they also, I think, pull this up and try to have chaos in that country. But Sri Lanka is actually, we had problems. We had economic crisis, and people were on the roads always for petrol, diesel, everything. So that was not the case in Bangladesh, as I see. That is why I always say that these problems are two different problems, but the same thing happened like Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. So when we see all these footages, the people are coming into Prime Minister's house and do everything that they want. They like that. There is something, when you start this kind of thing, it is happening all over the country, all over the world.
What is the way forward for Bangladesh, in your opinion, right now?
I think last time also, I think these kind of things happened. The military came out, not like in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, we don't use to it. But all these countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh, all these countries, normally when you have political issues, normally the army take over the government. I think yesterday the army chief has said that they are going to have a caretaker government to run the country, and so on. I think the same thing happened when I went last 2017 or something like that. The Begum Khalida Zia and Sheikh Hasina both were in jail. They put both into jail, and there was a military government. I think for a period of time they will run the show, and in the meantime there will be an election again.
Coming back to Sri Lanka's elections, how confident are you of Mr. Premadasa's win? And unlike previous elections, there's a lot of talk regarding the fact that no frontrunner at the moment has secured a 50% majority, which is a very interesting case given Sri Lanka's history of presidential polls. What do you think? Do you think Mr. Premadasa has secured this 50% majority?
Now, as you said, actually there is no frontrunner to take 50%, as I see. But this is a starting point. From the 15th, they are going to start the election rallies and all kind of things. So 5 weeks is a big time. Something can change drastically without seeing anything. But as we see now, 30% are undecided votes. It says that 4 to 5 million people are still not yet decided to vote to whom. So in this election campaign, I think you can see what are the changes that you can see. But what we can say is, actually with all these surveys that they have done, Sajid is in front, 30% or something like that. The others are actually below 20%. So how are you going to take more and more votes and go to the 40% or 50% is a problem. So that is why I must tell you, in this whole campaign is very crucial to all the candidates. People will see what are the things that they are going to do, and see we'll see. I don't think the end of the story will be 50% can be not kind of issue, as I see.
How confident are you on Mr. Premadasa receiving this 50%?
Actually, now he is leading. The problem is he's not coming back, but the problem is how he is going to gain to that level. It is a campaign strategy totally, because there are 4 or 5 candidates. They are coming up now, and RW is growing for these last few weeks we have seen. I think the best thing is, as I see, there are no leader here in Sri Lanka. The young leader and the experience he started his career in 2000. Now 24 years he was in Parliament, and that experience and as a opposition leader he has started so many social work projects. People have a kind of a trust about Sajid will do something, and his political team and his economical team is very, very strong, and there are so many experienced politicians with him, and in the meantime there are so many party leaders. Parties got together, myself, Hakim, Richard, Mano Ganeshan, and especially Professor Pires, and you see Dayasiri. They are experienced campaigners in a way, and the other thing is they were experienced politicians and the ministers who were had all the positions for last so many governments. I think we have a good team, right? We have a good team, and we have a economic team is very, very strong to recover this country again back to the normalcy. I think he's the only campaigner, he's the only candidate that we can see can do something and bring back Sri Lanka into the good economic situation.
My final question is, do you think President Wickremesinghe will sort of drop out of the elections, knowing if he knows he cannot garner that majority? Do you think there's a situation in Sri Lanka where certain frontrunners towards the end of the weeks in the run-up to the election, do you think they will drop out?
I don't think so, because now, till the 15th, I can't tell you exactly, but till the 15th, if he is going to get the 20% maximum, he has to think about it. But I don't think he can change his word, because there are so many people pledged to support him, right? And SLPP is divided. So that kind of a situation, how can you drop from that kind of a race? That is the problem. I think he's trying his best. He thinks that he can do, and so many things will happen, because there are so many pledges he has given, right? All these Urumea thing, and for land deeds and all kind of things, and Asrazuma for poor people, to give some money for everyone, like that. He has given so many pledges, but we'll see. I think, as I see, there is no way to drop him from this race. He has to face this.
Thank you very much for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you.